All right, good afternoon to all our audience here. So today, engage with us and there are prizes to be won. You can win, there are 4 prizes to be won. What you need to do is just posting questions. So post your questions relating to loan, relating to cash flow, relating to wages subsidy, etc. during the session, and we will do our best to answer them. So there will be 2 prizes coming from Mr. Simon Tiong and 2 prizes from Intune. Very easy. Just need to post your questions and stand a chance to win. We will announce the winner in this feed within 24 hours. Okay. So, good afternoon to all. My name is Lily. Mr. Simon? Mr. Simon?
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon to every one of us, everyone of you here.
Good afternoon. Yes. All right. So welcome to our 3rd weekly webinar. And this webinar is an extension from our session last week, our second webinar due to popular demand and request. So many people, so many audiences wants to know more about loans. What kind of loans they can get in this pre-Hatin stimulus loan. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I am Lily. I'm your host for today. I'm a chartered accountant and entrepreneur, and I co-founded Intune Outsourcing, a finance and human resource outsourcing firm serving SMEs. So all these loans that is announced by government for SMEs need money to tide through the difficult period. Without further delay, let me introduce our speaker today, Mr. Simon Tiong. Welcome back. Over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, all my friends here. My name is Tiong here. I'm actually 20 years working in the bank, focus on machinery financing and all kinds of working capital financing in the bank. We are specialized in processing loans from 100,000 to my biggest loan was 50 million, you see. So I quit the bank in 20 years ago, and I don't stop from processing loans for people. So I all along for the past 20 years, I lend my experience to provide loan consultation freelance basis for all the SMEs, you see. So over the years, almost every year, we are doing close to about, we one time very high of about 80 million loan approved per year. So we haven't stopped of doing loans till now, you see. So thanks, Lily.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Simon Tiong. Wow, lots of experience in loan applications and approval. So I trust that all our audiences and clients are in good hand with Mr. Simon. Right, so we hope that by the end of this session, which will end about maybe 2:40 to 2:45, all of you will be able to get clear of what are the pre-Hatin stimulus loans and whether your company stands a chance to get the loan, meaning whether you are credit worthy and whether the banks wants to lend to you. And if yes, what you should do now. Okay, going on to question number 1, Mr. Simon. Pre-Hatin microcredit grant of 3,000. So many of my clients and businesses associates ask about this. Can you please explain what is this 3,000 pre-Hatin microcredit grant? Who can apply and how to apply?
Thank you, Lily. As you know, this kind of microcredit loan actually is given up to all the micro enterprise, or they regard it as one of the SME category. Micro enterprise basically, which saying that if you registered sales of 300,000 and below, or if you have less than 5 full-time staff force, you are consider yourself as micro enterprise. Even if your sales is 4 million, but you engage only 2 staff, but you are consider yourself as micro enterprise. Huh? So this grant basically is a free money, you see. It's different from loans. So it's actually automatically approved by the LHDN, IRB. If you have already registered your company as a sole prop, as a partnership, or as a Sindram Braha, if you have paying your tax online, no need to apply. You see, they will credit direct, but for only for those who has registered business but no IRB account, you got to register with IRB to provide them your bank account so that they can credit to you. You see, thank you, Lily.
Okay, right. Next question. There are different types of SME loans by Bank Negara. Can you please take us through what are the different types of loans?
Yeah, thanks, Lily. You see, under the uh, under the SME definition by the SME Development Corporations, all loans, in fact, all loans, if you are already in the SME category, all loans that you take from the bank, be it you buy a factory or be it you take any loans, as long as you are under SME category, you call it SME loans, you see. So what is so big deal about actually SME loan? You see, so there are basically two classes of SME loan. So these two classes, SME loans, differentiate by one, the source of the funds come from where? Two, the interest rate. Number three, the CGC fees, who pay. So basically, there are two classes of first class, the funds, the source of funds actually come from the Bank Negara. Another source, the funds come from the bank, you see. So how do we know which one the source of funds come from Bank Negara? Is from the interest rate. So the interest rate, if the source of fund comes from Bank Negara, you see, the interest rate, they do not use BLR. They use Bank Negara funding rate, you see, which is only 1.5, then plus the bank's profit rate. So if we know that the funds come from the bank, then they will charge you a BLR plus whatever rate they get. So this is source of funds and the interest rate. Now, number two, whether it is a source of fund come from Bank Negara or source of fund come from the bank, you see, usually the customer or SME has to provide the bank a collateral. Is it a collateral? Be it in fixed deposit or property to secure a loan. You see, for that. You see, so then today we focus on we focus on this pre-hearting loan that announced by the government on
Please read.
Mr. Simon, please, Mr. Simon. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think there is a yeah.
interference from call.
Okay. So,
Okay.
Simon, so with so many types of loans here, and then it can get sometimes very confusing as to which one to apply and which one stands the highest chance. So can you share your advice to the SMEs and what you can do to help the SMEs in selecting which loan to apply for?
Yeah, in fact, to get a loan in Malaysia, in local banks are very simple. You can just walk into the bank and you DIY, the bank officer will help you. But don't forget, don't forget after year 2000, because of the huge bank merger and banking loan processing has changed to centralized system, you see, from all the branches. For instance, like one of the biggest bank, we have 426 branches. That means you can have 426 opportunities to apply loan. So in year 2001, they cut it into only 10 business center to process loan in Klang Valley. So that is a very limited chance now. Second challenge that SME face is nowadays, after year 2015, they have actually standardized all the banks, make it transparent that you have every loan application have to be reflected in the CCRIS system, you see. So reflected means whenever you submit a loan application, the bank officer compulsorily have to register your loan application in the CCRIS. So if let's say two banks reject, then the third bank can see from the CCRIS that you have applied from two banks and got rejected, so you cannot explain properly to them. So hence with that, it's better for you to plan out your loan, which you need to do a pre-screening first with no banking record. Now, pre-screening means do not waste the chance, that you can come to Intune or come to us. We can download the secrets for you, whether you are qualified or not, before you add on it, you see. Thanks.
Okay. The next question, Simon. So we understand that a total of 13.1 billion ringgit funds have been allocated to SME facilities. So do SMEs facilities take advantage of it, and how many have successfully applied? So is it easy to get these loans? Simon, do you have a statistics on the rate of approval of these loans?
Well, in fact, based on the 2nd of April, the government actually tallied the loan. There are 1,386 loan approved on the 2nd of April. Today is, I think, more than that already. There are close to 700 million loan approved. So because this is quite highly monitored by government, I think the banks are acted, all have given a turnaround period of either 1 week, to get an answer for that, you see. So please secure the chance of getting a loan now, you see.
Okay, sure. And then I understand that you have prepared some slides for us to take us through all the different types of facilities available. We would like to hear from you and see what you have got on the slides.
Yeah, basically, you see, under this Bank Negara announced the pre-Hutting loan. Many people are focused only on one type of loans, you see, called SRF COVID. These are all mostly highly hot topic on that, which there are various funds that are allocated by Bank Negara to SME. How we know that the funds actually come from Bank Negara or the funds come from the bank itself, you can see, like for instance, like this loan, SRF loan, 5 billion. We know very well that the funds actually come from Bank Negara, 5 billion. Each SME allowed to apply up to 1 million each. 1 million each means you can actually go to several banks as long as you get not more than 1 million, you see, because the final control will be at the CGC side, you see. For customer, you do not need to provide any collateral, but after the bank approved the loan, they still need to go through the CGC or the SJPP to get the loan approved, you see. So all those fees are actually covered by the bank, you see. The interest rate are various by the banks. Certain banks are charging at 3%, but most of the banks will follow the government instruction, cannot be more than 3.5%. And 5.5 years means the loan stretch out to 60 months. The beauty part of this facility, the first 6 months you no need to pay after the drawdown. After the drawdown, the loan only start to pay on the 7th month, you see. So for this COVID loan, up to 1 million, the availability period, you close at 31st of December, you see. Please rush the application right now. The second type of prevalent loan now in the market is this BSN micro credit facility. Micro credit means this one is not to the SMEs. It's also to the SMEs, but limited to all the micro enterprise, like as per defined by 300,000 or 5 VS employee. This one, Bank Negara allocated 500 million. And just hop to the topic, today's news, that BSN has been allocated additional 700 million by all the association of the financial institutions. So BSN has a total of 1.2 billion for these loans up to 75,000 with zero interest rate, and 5 years, 60 months, and first 5 years no need to pay. And it closed also up to 31st December. So hopefully it will extend the period. Wait for announcement. And this one, you have to apply to direct to BSN, this one. And the third one, where the government actually is very focused at the digitalization, digitalization. So if you are buying IT equipments and machineries and all that, you can go to the bank or go to BSN to take a loan up to 250, or go to the bank, take a loan up to 3 million with interest rate of 4% and tenure of 120 months. No, so normal payment and no collateral. This one also closed at 31st December. And this is the open category for all the SMEs, include all the micro and all whatnot. Each company you can allow up to 5 million application, means you can go to several banks. And interest rate is kept at 7%. And interest rate also varies among the banks. Some banks can give up to maybe 4% or 5%, you see. But the tenure is 60 months, 60 months. So this one, it is also meant for capital expenditure and working capital. Capital expenditure means you can use it to expand your business, buying materials and buying machineries and all that. And this is open. Open means it will extend until the 6.8 billion funds being fully utilized. And uh, then if for those people who are rearing cattle, especially sheep and livestock, and fishermen and food plantations, you see, there is a 1 billion fund there for SMEs. Each company also can apply up to 5 million, you see, with a various kind of interest rate, and extend up to 96 months payment. And this is also open until the loan fully utilized. And another, other than BSN, for the micro enterprise facility, all the banks actually also processing loans up to 50,000. They, Bank Negara actually allocated 300 million to all the banks for that. And the you can see from just now, all these allocated with how many millions of that, those loans are actually come from Bank Negara, and it is open. So here the CGC for SME loans, other than you apply through the bank, you can also apply straight to CGC. CGC is actually 80% owned by Bank Negara, 20% owned by all the banks, you see. And they are actually an insurance company. They insure the bank instead of the individual. If the customer cannot pay, this insurance company will pay the amount to the bank, you see. So this insurance company also processing loan directly, you see. So for those companies that less than 4 years operation, more than 4 years cannot, less than 4 years operation, if the bank reject you, you may also come to or go direct, download their system, go to their link and apply, just fill in the forms, apply direct. You scan your documents and send direct to CGC. This one can apply up to 300,000, and the interest rate will be ranging from 9% to 14%, depending on the customer. And another type of CGC loan over here, you can apply up to 500,000. Same thing, same thing. And the last one is BIS SME. You can pay up to 7 years. Same thing. This one, the interest rate is also up to 12% kind of things. This one you apply straight from CGC. Yeah, and minimum CGC, they like BSN also, they lower down the loan assessment requirement, which less than 1 year operation you can actually apply through them or through BSN. You see. Thanks, Lily.
Okay, thank you, Simon. Okay, it looks like from what we hear from Simon, CGC loans are more expensive than the other commercial banks. All right. Okay, so after knowing this amount of funds that the government have allocated for SMEs to borrow, 13.1 billion, but I understand that 80% of these SMEs cannot get the loan. The monies are there, is ready for SMEs to borrow, but the SMEs are not able to enjoy these loans. So Simon, can you please enlighten us? What are the usual roadblocks faced by the SMEs such that even though the money is there for them to borrow, they can't get the loans?
As I said just now, to get a loan is actually very easy. You just walk into the bank, you see, as a DIY basis, free of charge. But you know, many of the time, many of the customers, because of the year 2000, you know, you can just walk into any one of the bank branch to get a loan. So looks like quite simple. But after year 2000, because of the cut down significantly of all the loan processors. So many of the SME people that they want to take a loan, they actually do not really seriously treat this loan application as a professional matter, you see. So many of the applicants, I can see, even we face it, you know, they just tell you, oh, I want a loan, like the loan will be automatically approved, you see. They do not have the idea of what kind of papers you need to prepare. If you don't, I mean, you can just walk into any banks, you know, they can just give you a long list of documents. That's it, you know. You don't know who to call out, and sometimes, you know, difficult to call in and all that, you see. So we are helping them to step by step to organize, and even we work with the accountants, we work with Lily, you know, to get all the, especially the main thing that roadblocks is management account, you see. So we actually work very closely with Intune and many other their financial controllers, you know, to get this management account out, you see. Many of them start with management accounts, you see. This is the main thing. In fact, I have many inquiries right now and always tell me their account's not ready yet, management account not ready. This is the main thing, you see. And apart from it also, since you are actually walk-in, they will allocate the junior officer to handle you. So many of them do not know your business. So they do not know how to write the proper report and do not know how to present you, you see. And the last thing is you haven't pre-screened yourself and you do not know the pitfalls even when you give them the management account, you see. You do not know where are the pitfalls of the management account, you know, your debtors and creditor aging list. So these are the things actually uh, 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 having a big challenge and high rates of loan failure. And don't forget, once you fail in one bank, it's very difficult to get from second bank. You know. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Simon. I believe this is very useful information because many of us or the SMEs out there, they really don't know where they went wrong and unable to get the loan and what the banks look for. Okay, next one is that let's say the SME has gone through the prelim assessment with you, they passed their CCREs, they have got their management accounts up to date, all the documents that the banks want up to date, and then what would be your advice? What are all the different documents that they need to prepare to submit for a loan application? I understand you have a slide of the list of documents that you want to share with the audience.
Okay. Basically, if you are talking about applying loans, these are the few documents that banks required. First one, we are calling for, we name it as statutory documents, means like M&A, you know, Form 24, 44, and 49. These are definitely required. And the director's IC, director's personal tax return, these are all required, you know. And the latest audit account of 2 years, definitely, with the management account of 31st December. I believe many of the customers companies have not got their 2019 account ready, but many of the loans they require also 31st of March latest management account as well, together with debtors and creditor aging list, you see. And of course, the bank statements and all your existing banking offer letters and company profile, you see. But being that for these COVID loans, all the loans just now, they may not require complete set of documents. They may require up to your latest audit accounts will be sufficient, unless the banks will tell you what actually they require first. You see, these are the comprehensive bank documentation for evergreen loans. So anyhow, we will guide you. I mean, if you come to us, we will guide you all the documents, which look quite scary. I mean.
Okay, right. So far, Simon, we have been talking about getting loans. Okay, so when we get loans, yay, we celebrate. But how about repaying loans? Can you share with us some insights about that?
You see, there is a caveat there. There is a caveat there. There are several types of loan products. Number one, if you are getting a trade line means BAs, when you need it, you get a loan and then you pay down, one off. Or overdraft facility, you use it and you pay, means you can control the usage. The most difficult to control is the term loan, and this term loan is actually kill out many of the SMEs. You see, so we need professional people in your company, your financial controller, or even we need people like Lily. It's better to get Lily to compute, for you before you get a loan. What kind of cash flow you have, you see. For instance, you can check with Lily for a 500,000 loan. You may think that for a 500,000 loan, but don't forget, we always be cautioned by all the bank manager, you may have a moratorium of 6 months, but after 6 months, whether our business pick up or not, you see, whether our business pick up, whether you have sufficient cash flow to service the loan or not, you can check with Lily.
Okay. Okay, so I have a slide to share here. I think those who followed us on our first webinar on 1st of April, I've shared 3 cautions in relating to borrowing. Yeah, I've shared 3 cautions. Number 1, borrow only if you know that you can pay back after 6 months. Like Simon said, 6 months, no need to repay. That sounds great. But after 6 months, you need to start repaying. So that means if you are getting a loan, you need to plan now how to boost your business, how to get your business up to date, so that after 6 months, you have the ability to repay. Yeah, my caution number 2 was that never borrow to finance a business loss. The business will not be able to repay the loan after 6 months. And in layman's term, the company will bungkus or die faster. Yeah. So what is really important is that make sure your business works, profitable, and with this loan, it is actually to boost it further and have confidence to repay after that. Okay, let me give you a real scenario. Actually, many scenarios. I've encountered many SMEs. For example, this SME that I've seen, 2 years ago, they have gotten a various loan to buy cars, to buy machineries, and for working capital, totaling 3 million. And then when they get the loan, it was like, yay, celebrate, get the loan. And then they got money to spend. But today, as we are speaking, 2 years down the road, this very company has been wound up by the banks. The machines have been repossessed, the cars have been repossessed, and personally, the banks have taken the directors to court. So getting loan is really good, but having to pay approximately 200,000 per month, monthly commitments of 200,000, this is really no joke, and there's really no room for error. Okay, let me share with you this. Right. Okay, this is a sample of the cash flow that I presented in my second webinar. So in every company, what we do at Intune is that we help our clients to take a look at their cash flow position from April 2020 to June 2021. We look at what if this happens, what happens to the cash flow. Let's look at all this black color graph. The black color bars are the net cash flow position. And this line here, this line is where the cash flow is zero. So based on this scenario that I generated, this particular business will run out of cash by June, and July they will go into a negative position. So they will be in negative for 1, 2, 3, 4 months before the cash build up. So if it is in a scenario like this, it is apt, it is suitable to get a loan to tie through these 4 months of cash shortage. Okay, for this business, if we look, even without the loan, the business is able to pick up, meaning the business is fundamentally sound. The business is able to make profit and generate cash flow to actually put back into the business. Just that in these 4 months, cash flow is tight and they needed some assistance or some loans to tie through. In this kind of scenario, great, go ahead, get the loan, tie through these 4 months, and then because the business itself is able to sustain. So this is an example. So it is important before you get into a loan situation or decided to borrow, know exactly where you are in terms of your profit, your break even, and your cash flow, not just now, but up to December 2020. Okay. Let's look at another scenario. Okay. Just now, we have a scenario. Okay, let's say you get 500,000 loan. Yeah. SRF facility 3.5% per annum, and then it is repayable over 5 years. Yeah, so the first 6 months is a loan moratorium. You don't need to repay. So at the 7th month, you start repaying. Okay, so if you look at this simulation, per month installment is about 9,000 plus. So for a 500,000 loan, at the 7th month onwards, for the next 5 years, every month there is a fixed monthly commitment of 9,000 ringgit. So this is what I'm saying. Yeah. So when you get on to take a loan, be prepared that you have this extra commitment every month after the 7th month for 9,000 ringgit. And if you're getting a bigger loan, the commitment is even bigger. So when you want to get a loan, great, yes, but always know your numbers, always know your break-even point, your cash flow position, and always know what is the monthly repayment commitment after the 7th month. Right, so let's see. Okay, so as an accountant, this is my advice to all my clients, yeah, that as you got to have your financial dashboards to drive your business. So your financial dashboard, which is your monthly account. So if you hear Mr. Simon say just now, where the SMEs are getting the loans is they don't have their updated monthly management accounts. So always make sure you have your financial management accounts every month, and then that's where you drive your business. So I trust most of you drive a car, and in your car, there is a dashboard. The dashboard, your car dashboard tells you how fast you are going, and then how much petrol you have and how far more you can go. So moreover, as an SME business owner, if you drive a car and you have a dashboard, what about driving your business? It's even more important to have a dashboard for your business. Okay, Mr. Simon? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Simon?
Yes, Lily, yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
So I would like to wrap this up. Okay, after listening to all the information about loans, etc., what should the audience and what should the SMEs do now?
I think most important thing, a word of caution right now, this is the golden period. In fact, you never have this golden period. And there are pros and cons in the golden period. Number one, you see, the banks has frozen all the secrets from April onwards. So most important thing, take care your March secrets. If your March installment or whatever loans not paid, it will be reflected in your secrets, and every banks will look at it, which will jeopardize your application. So please settle your March installment. Then by April towards to September, you go to the bank, your secrets will look very nice. Even though if you have 5 million trade lines not paid, other banks cannot see that you have an outstanding. So now, most important thing, settle your March outstanding, and this is the right time to get tidy up all your documents, and you quickly hurry for the loans and get ready, because after September, many SMEs will have a trouble, because especially those having trade line facilities, you may not need to pay from April to October, but many banks tell me they don't know what to do. If there is time, if the whole lump, the whole sums lump out in October, 5 million or 15 million, how to pay one shots? No banks giving us a right answer right now. So the best is you get bank A to get a bank loan from a bank B, just to get ready to settle your September loans, you see. And take the opportunity where your secrets is not reflected right now.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Simon. Okay, I've shortlisted 3 questions here from the audience. Okay, question number 1. I hope Mr. Simon can help us to answer. Okay, question 1. Does directors need to sign a personal guarantee?
Okay, to all the friends, we though we are speaking in English, you can talk to us in Mandarin also. If you prefer me to, though I was English educated, but if you want me to speak in Mandarin also, I can. Okay, number 1, in Malaysia, traditionally, for a Sindram Berhad to get a loan, compulsory for the past 35 years, all the directors, you sign 2 things. Number 1, you sign the letter offer as a manager of the company. Number 2, you sign all your asset off to the bank as a personal guarantor. That one is a must, unless it is a nominee director, which you do not have any shares in the company. Then up to the bank's discretion to waive the guarantor. But usually it's a must to sign a personal guarantor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have the second question here with me from Mageswari. Okay, the question is the age of the director or owner an important criteria?
15 years ago, I think we also loan to people at 69 years old, even my customer, a very prominent dancery and all that. But nowadays, the bank starts to look at business succession, which if all are older generations, which are 60 years and above, I do come across with one customer, the bank reluctant to give because of no succession in the company. So anyhow, depending on what kind of loan, if for small loans like program lending and all that, probably hopefully the next section we will do another type of not this stimulus loan, like a normal package, a program lending loan, the bank will still approve. But for a big working capital, like you are talking about 30 million, 50 million and above, usually the bank will look into succession issue.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, the next question is, there's this company less than 1 year in operation, no audited account, don't have management account yet. So can this company, which is less than 1 year old, get a loan just with their management account?
Theoretically can, theoretically. So with this government push COVID loan, you don't mind can try direct to BSN. In fact, just now I got a message also from BSN. They asked me, Tuan, what is your profit 1 year? So no harm try lah, no harm try. You see, at this kind of difficult scenario, no need to wait lah. Just go to BSN and inquire. But for a normal banking scenario, I would say no lah. I would say no. But because this is a government push, government pre-hearting, called pre-hearting, or people's people's stimulus scheme. So I think no harm try lah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I think there's one question here. So in your slides earlier, which you showed us, there is the SRF loan, which is a maximum 1 million. And later on in your slide, there is another type of loan, which is 3 million. Yeah. So the question is, can they apply for both types of loan?
In fact, all the slides that I showed to you are all mutually exclusive each other. You can apply to all the facility because it has a different usage. You see, it has a different usage. So like, as let's say, a lot of people confused, and a lot of bankers also they confuse. Tell my customer, hey, you cannot apply from second bank. You can only apply to my bank. But you look carefully, that the government say up to 1 million. So not certain bank, you see, when they assess your documents or your financial statements, they may not give you right up to 1 million. You see, they may give you only 200,000. So for another bank, they can also give you another 200,000, you see. So you can actually get 2 or 3 banks. But don't worry, there is a control factor. The control factor is where the bank may approve the loan to you. Don't forget, to customer are zero collateral. These loans are all secured against the guarantee of CGC or SJPP. The final tally is still with SJPP or CGC. They will still tally. Each company will get how much. So let's say you apply more than 1 million loan. So CGC will cut down the application, you see. So, so you can also apply through another facility like 3 million, which meant for digital, another 5 million, which meant for all sector, you see. Can.
Okay, great. So the next question is actually for me, a question about how come the first in my simulation earlier on the loan repayment, why is it not 6 months later? Okay, so so in the loans that is provided SRF, yes, the first 6 months you don't have to pay. I am just using that example to draw people's attention to after the 6 months you need to start paying 9,000. So this is an example, example of how much repayment for a 500,000 loan. Yes, correct. First 6 months no need to pay. Thereafter, start paying the 9,000 for that scenario. Okay, so let's wrap up this session. Simon, can you please let us know what do you offer to the audience and SMEs out there? You talk about prelim assessment and then you talk about your services.
Basically, you see, we have to understand ourselves first, because businessmen, when after this MCO, everyone will be definitely rushing for your business to get in your cash flow. Don't waste your time on the loan application. Outsource it to us. Let us worry for you. So, but in order for not wasting our time, it's best to know your own financial situation first. So what I can do over here, my company is actually authorized to extract the secrets for you. You see, if you extract secrets by the bank, your application will be registered. So for pre-screening, it's best that usually I will have to pay to the secret side also. So we will actually charge 100 ringgit for you to extract your secrets, to know your financial situation first. If the secrets is too difficult, might as well I tell you to don't submit first. You manage your secrets first, when to pay and all that. So you stand a better chance for your loan application, you see. So what we can do is hopefully we get all the documents and you pay for the secrets first, which we charge a very nominal sum. for you to pay the secrets, which if you are Sindram Berhad, you have the advantage to get your Sindram Berhad secrets and individual secrets, you see. So that's all we can do, and to increase the opportunity, the chances of getting the loan.
Okay, thank you, Simon. I think what I hear is a very good offer. Basically, what it is don't go blindly to the bank and apply, not knowing where you are. So Simon can help you to do a prelim assessment of how fit you are or whether you are credit worthy to, in the eyes of the bank. So, and then he's only offering this at 100 ringgit, where he will do a prelim assessment for you and also give you a secrets report of your personal and your company. So contact Simon. I think there is a button on our Facebook page for you to click, and then the inquiry will go to Simon, and Simon will be able to attend to you. So have yourself check first before you go directly to the bank. Simon will be able to tell you whether you are credit worthy and whether the banks want to lend you money. Okay.
And let me just add a bit. If for those loans like very complex loans like 3 million and above, in order for bank to understand you, we do help you all to come up with a comprehensive credit report for the bank to better know you. This is one of our service also, which my recent 7 million loan approved very much depend on my credit report, which we do get the bank to write out the thing and just pass to the bank, which is a better chance to secure it. Thanks.
All right. Okay, so for Intune side, we are predominantly a finance and a HR outsourcing company. So what we can offer to our client is certainly doing up their management accounts, etc. So write to us if you require your management accounts to get the loan. And as well, when just now remember the chart that you have seen just now, the cash flow chart up to December 2020. If you know where if you want to know where your profit and your cash flow are up to December 2020, please call us 399. We will do that for you. And for SMEs who wants to apply for wage subsidy, 1,002 ringgit per person for 3 months, and you don't know how to do it, or you do not want to have the hassle to do it, you can also contact us to do it for you at 299. And most importantly, one of the biggest headache for every employee is actually paying wages. So we can help you save 20%. As of today, we have a success story where we help a furniture manufacturing company optimize and save their payroll costs by 20%, not just during this MCO period, but over medium and long term. So what we want to do here is that we are not here about cutting pay or cutting wages, etc. We are here to do it fairly, have a good negotiation with your employees, and do it most importantly legally within the ambit of the law. So this fee is only from 1,500, and in this engagement, our legal partner, Mr. JJ Pang, will be sitting through with you in this exercise. Okay, so let's wrap up, right? So now we are certain that MCO is 1.5 months, but we really do not know how long more it's going to extend. So our DG of Health and actually many has actually dropped hints in the newspaper that it may be extended beyond April. We don't know. And looking at example, Wuhan, their lockdown was 72 days. So be really prepared, manage your profit, cash flow properly. So
Lily,
after hearing from Simon, yeah.
Lily, let me just add a bit. I forgot to tell.
Yeah.
Okay, over here we only charge on success basis now. Basically, I forgot to highlight on the fees. Otherwise, people might think that I'm from the bank, do FOC basis. We only charge on success basis. Success basis, our fees are ranging from 2 to 4%, depending on the complexity and the size of the loan. Thank you, everyone.
Sure. Okay. Yes, I think Simon only charge you when you get the money. Yeah, so he for all the work done, advising you on which loan to go for, whether you stand a chance to apply those loans, he only charge you when you get the money. So wrapping up, after hearing from Simon, our loan consultant, and even myself as an accountant, really it's time for small, medium enterprise to consider these following points. Number one, what is your profit? What is your cash flow now and for the next 9 months up to December 2020? Number two, is there a cash shortage gap that you need to tie through with a loan? If there is, and you're going to apply for a loan, what are the pros and cons of doing it yourself versus going through a consultant like Simon, who can actually point you to a right direction? You don't need to do it blindly and trial and error. And then, and the next one, have you already applied all the grants, all the subsidies you are eligible to, where the companies are or the government is giving you free money? Have you already tapped all on that? And that if you are not entitled to the 3,000 grant because you are a larger company, and if you are not entitled to the wages subsidy because your staffs are getting paid more than 4,000, how can you optimize your salary cost in the short, medium, and long term? So that you can talk to us on our salary cost optimization. I think most importantly, this is a period of time for SMEs to evolve, to innovate, and create. May everyone come out stronger, and here at Intune, we are here to support you. So we will be posting updates that affects SME in our Facebook page. So please subscribe by liking our Facebook page and stay tuned to Intune. So we will also be announcing the winners of our prizes within 24 hours. And to our audience, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have gotten value from this session, and we will see you again. Simon, do you have any words you want to share?
Our parting words is basically this is the best time to get a loan because of course it's very difficult for all the business person, you know, with fixed costs are running, business is zero, and word of caution also, to get a loan is quite simple also, the government push, but don't forget about the commitment. So hopefully on the next section, I will try to share something on other loan products like overdraft and trade lines, which is more suitable for a lot of businessmen, rather than term loan, which is a steroid. Careful to use. Use it carefully. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Simon, and thank you to all our audience. Thank you very much. See you.